U-glue is pressure sensitive, so you don't need to do anything to it except use it and then use your thumbs and fingers to mush it all into place. And now you have a nice leaf background and a fluffy bow. And this is where it gets unbelievably easy. So now you have this lovely fluffy bow that is ready to receive all the gorgeous little blooms that you want to put into it. And here's how it works. The floral glue gets a little bit easier to use as it gets a little more tacky. So it's great to have it just kind of sitting there, being your friend for a minute, instead of being like a quick tip and go kind of thing. And I always like to find some really lovely, delicate things to add. So I'm gonna start this whole thing with just some maidenhair fern. And I'm gonna find one of these deepest crevices in this bow and tuck that in. And I am just gonna use a little pressure to set it there. But truly, with the Oasis glue, time is what's gonna work. And if you need to refrigerate this later, you can, because Oasis glue is not gonna become unglued just because of some cold air. And I mean, when I make these, I kind of think about maybe two kinds of greens. Like, I like to make a theme. I like to have it feel like it all works together and makes sense. But I do love the delicate nature of something fluffy and soft. I'm gonna use a little plumosa to sweeten the deal. Best lesson I ever learned as a young florist was to clean your stems. Doesn't matter what it's going in, water, a corsage. Cleaning the stems makes everything easier. And so we're just gonna tuck these guys in with our glue, finding all those nooks and crevices where the glue can be held by the bow we already made. And you do want to think about the shape a little bit, but don't think about it too much. Just think about, like, are you having fun making this? Is it gonna help you have fun later? These are the questions I ask myself as I make the 100th one on a Friday night. So you can see that just with the application of, what was that, 5 stems of greens, we've already created a whole shape here that can sort of live up the arm, have different, I mean, imagine if we turned it around, this would be going down the hand, right? And then, depending on how big and full you want this thing to be, and do think about weight, because no one wants a heavy corsage. We can take some of these lovely little blooms and plop them right in, kind of in the same way we did with the greenery. Using the ribbon, the bow that we already made, to hold that glue and secure that flower. And I mean, we can do this all day and make it as big and special as we want, but in truth, once you trim these ribbons and decide which direction this thing is gonna face, you have something lovely, lightweight, and probably kind of fun to make. So this is the basic wristband, and with the simple application of some ribbon to cover it, you can get rid of this very obvious, boring elastic band, or you could use something a little fancier. We can offer that too. There's a little bit of different application that you might want to ask some questions about, but we'll be here all week and we can help you pick out your flowers or your wristband or talk you through any of the things that you don't understand in this video.